Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Car Stereo Talk. We're your hosts. I'm Dean.
I'm Fernando.
Wow, that was. What are you trying to do? Like woosaw up on this?
Yeah, like it's just.
When are you gonna get this, dude? Like it's out of control now.
I know.
It just looks like you forgot to trim the hedges. You got a bush in the front yard, just doesn't know what.
I know. Well, nobody.
I'm working on it right now. I have some tea, so hopefully by the end of the show I'll be raring to go.
I got this one.
Charge. Charge
Up.
Charge. Oh, what is it? Where's that
That's
from?
a lemonade.
Where's
That's
it from?
Panera.
Oh, of course, your second home. Anyways, so welcome to the show, everyone. I hope you've had a spectacular week. It just seems like 5 short days ago we were here live doing a Q&A.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, I guess we were. And a lot has happened in the last 5 days. But before we get into that, why don't we cut over to what we like to call the coolest tool in the world. And if you don't have one, shame on you. Fernando, if you please. Just want you to know that finger action, like, you know, that was pretty impressive. Like holding all that and then just using, yeah, that's a skill, man. That is a skill. If you're interested in picking yourself up an IRTA 2,
yes,
you
just go to the website.
Just go to the website.
Right there.
DNFtooldrawer.com. Wrong laptop. That one. That laptop right there. DNFtooldrawer.com is the place you can pick one of those up.
Yes.
We appreciate that. Let's go back to here.
And it's a lot of information in that website for anything that we use in here in the install bay too. So
I change the color. What are you thinking?
I think in pink.
You want to go pink?
Ooh, look at that.
Little AC/DC.
Boom.
Sync the pink. I feel like we've done pink before.
Really? You done?
Yeah. I don't know. Either way. All right, let's hop into it, shall we? 2007 Chrysler Sebrings. I can't find a harness for my car without steering wheel controls. Without steering wheel controls? Have you tried the CP? Pack makes the CP version.
CPR?
It's something like that. Pack makes the inexpensive versions of all of those.
What year is it?
2007 Chrysler Sebring. And if you're not looking for product in the right place, I could see where, like, it's real easy to look in the wrong place for stuff. So one of my favorite slides to put up is this one right here. And we'll hide the comment. This is pack-audio.com. It's 2007 Sebring, Chrysler Sebring. Maestro.idatalink.com, Metro Online, Nav TV, Mobridge USA, Spiral Audio, and that says BeatSonicUSA.com. Those are the places. Amazon is cool, but Amazon really doesn't have what you need, and a general web search doesn't always get you what you want. Those are the places that we use, and those are the places that you should use too. C2R.
C2R.
Oh, no, LC. That's it. So hold on. So if you don't want steering wheel controls, you have a C2R as well as an LCCH21. Those both do not do steering wheel controls.
Yeah.
So those are as good as it gets. That LCCH21 is the best bargain in town as far as non-steering wheel controls. The C2R and that are basically the same piece.
So Fernandez, what's up, buddy?
I think one comes in a blue box and the other one comes in a black box. But yeah.
220,
right.
221.
Yeah, whatever it takes. All right, let's back it up here.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, what did I miss? Oh, from Vegas. What's up? All right, so moving on. Axeman checking in.
Yeah, Nando, you need to trim that up.
Yeah, I know. It looks terrible. It did say 630. That's just because I screwed up. It's okay, man.
See?
It's okay. Just got my RTA 2 in the mail. Can't wait to use it. Thank you, Felix.
Thank you.
Thanks, Susan, for getting those things out. If it wasn't for her, well, hey, let's be honest, none of this would happen. Because we just come up with cool ideas, and then I have to rely on someone else to do it because I'm too busy doing everything else. Hi from Seattle.
Bill Trigillis.
What's that?
It sounds like Bill Trigillis.
Why?
Like you build something and it's like,
yeah, but he never finishes it. Hello from Vegas. Currently at a surprisingly pleasant 88.
Ooh, very nice.
I'm curious to see what it is out there because the sun is just not beating down.
I'm going
right
to
now.
tell you.
Hello, guys. Evening, North Indiana.
Right now, we are at 89.
See? I'm
89.
telling you. Started watching you guys 3 months ago, and I just wanted to thank you both for all your teachings. You're invaluable. No, man. Hey, thank you for watching and finding us and keeping.
Thank you for
keeping
watching.
us going.
Yeah.
Hold on. Look at this one. Hello from Holland. What's happening? I want to go there. I want to go to that whole area up there, Sweden.
I want to go everywhere.
Finland,
it doesn't matter.
You know, all that. Holland. All that. I want to do
traveling.
all that. I want to have some of their good water.
Yeah.
What's up, guys from Mississippi? Well, you know, that was the thing. Swedish Peter was like, you need to come to Sweden. This is my terrible impression. You need to come to Sweden because our water is the best. And I was like, okay. He goes, no. He was adamant about how great their water was. And I'm like, considering what I've been drinking all week, anything's better than this shit. So.
All right, let's go down right there.
All right.
What's up, guys? I have a question. If you have to choose between the Scar EVL12 or Kicker L7 solo barracks with the blue stitching.
Oh, yeah.
Which one? I'm just going to say I would pick the L7. No problem. Yeah. And that's just me.
I mean,
which one would? That's not that one.
I know it's not
that's
this
the Q
one,
class, but
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this speaks for itself.
Yeah, I would pick the L7, you know.
Here's the deal. And we got it. Here's the deal. This should be a shirt, Dean. Here's the deal. All right. When it comes to subwoofers, a long time ago, I had someone come in. This was in another life, another time.
And this is a story time with Uncle Dean. Long time ago.
You can no, we're good.
No, you stay there.
Guy would come in, customers would come in and be like, you know, we sold Orion and they wanted Rockford or they wanted JL and they'd be like, oh, I want this. And I'd be like, oh man, no, ours is better. Ours is better. And in some cases, you could sell somebody on the fact, like it has all these cool features. We're going to build you this good box and it's going to sound spectacular. And you're going to be like, oh my God, this is amazing. But there was always that one guy that would come in and be like, I want this. And you'd start with, well, you know, we don't sell that. We sell this. And be like, no, I want this. And that's the guy that I learned that no matter what I said, it was not worth it to try to convince him to buy something other than what he wanted. Because no matter how hard we tried, we always were like, he was, oh man, you know, I know if I would have got. And so, not to say I don't try anymore, but I'll give it like the once over, like, hey, you know, you might want to try this one. And if they go, no, I've had these and these are the best. And you go, by golly, those are the best. And by all means, we should get you a set of those. So,
yeah, I mean,
you know, when it comes to woofers, man, you got to really go with what you're psyched about. And I get asked, oh, what do you think? You can ask 100 people and you're going to get 100 different answers. Go with what you think you want to try. I mean, I know everyone has a specific amount of money they can spend on this stuff. And, you know, which one do you feel adds the most value to your life? And that's the one you want to choose.
It's like, you like mac and cheese?
I do like mac and cheese, but I've found I don't like a lot of people's mac and cheese. Like, I have to, you know, I'll get it and I'll be very disappointed.
Perfect. All right.
Hello, Fernando and Dean. Do any of the floating screen radios come with auto time alignment feature? My old 8200 NEX had it, and it was quite a time saver. Thank you, Andy. Andy, yes, the Pioneers still do. You can still pick up a Pioneer and pick up their cool little mic that they have, unless you still have one. It's done through the aux connector, and yeah, it still has it.
Yeah.
If it is a Pioneer, remember to flip it because it's going to flip it backwards. So,
yeah.
But yes.
I got nothing.
What are you doing?
No, I was trying to say, like, the new Sony, you know,
does not have auto time alignment.
It
does not have auto time alignment. Microphone, Pioneer, headrest.
Never mind.
Okay.
I was thinking just time alignment.
Yeah, they all have time alignment. It's okay,
okay.
Man. Way to go.
Perfect.
It's all good.
Never mind.
I'm here for you, man.
Hey.
It's Saturday. We all have these moments.
Pretty much, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
I got 5 on it. Would you recommend putting kicker key in front of a DM608 and a 2000 and a Ford F-150 2022 XL bass radio? I think I've heard y'all say that y'all have done this before. So you want the key lock, not the kicker key. So the kicker key is the 200.4 amplifier. This is semantics. We're just making sure we're on the same page. But the key lock is what you're actually asking about. You have 2 choices in this matter. One, the reality is the tune that is done on the Ford really isn't that bad, and the 608 has enough power to deal with it. Okay. 2, if you're a computer savvy Windows dude and you want to have some Russian fun with your car, you can download ForeScan and go in and very carefully turn off the processing in the radio and reflash the radio using the ForeScan tool. If you're up to that, there again, I'm not. And then the next would be, yes, go with the key lock in there and flash, and just let it do its key locky things, and it'll do it. I gotta be honest with the F-150s, man. The 608 has enough power to deal with it. Like it can make it sound. It can do what it needs to do. So, however, if this is your first foray into DSP, the key lock will make your life a little bit easier. So, but those are your 3 choices. Pick one. Go with God.
Okay.
Go ahead and read it.
All right. I'm stumped. I moved my RCAs to the center of my car, and alternator noise went from all the speakers to the rear right only. I'm moving my DSR1 out of the dash per Dean's recommendation. Would the console be good?
I mean, yeah. I mean, okay, so is the DSR1, if the DSR1 is connected via RR, they do make the 2 extension cables to move the DSR1. So obviously you want to use one of the 2 extension cables that they make. If it's just a DSP in the car, then yeah, the center console should be fine. I mean, I know in a lot of Toyotas we had put the DSR1 in the center console just because it will reach there and it's out of the way of all the amplifiers and stuff.
And it's so sure.
Yeah. Just make sure that whatever's in the sound, just make sure in your center console there's no big body control modules or anything like that you're gonna be putting it by, because you don't want to, as they say, jump out of the frying pan into the oven, because that would suck. Okay.
Right.
Any word from PAC on updated harnesses for Uconnect 5 radios? Nothing that we haven't already said. They're working on it. Is when we had them in here, 2 weeks ago? 2 to 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They're validating the harness right now.
I know it's working on it.
I know it seems like it'd be something super simple that all they'd have to do is just yep, we need this one, but it's not. So
we need this one, but it's not.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you would think you'd be like, all right, this is the one we need. Let's just order it. But no, they actually a lot of the times have to design these things from scratch, and so it could take 2 to 3 months in order for them to do that. So maybe Christmas.
Maybe you never know.
I mean, it's right. No Swedish water and bottle. Then, oh wait,
Norwegian.
No, okay. Oh yeah.
Excellent.
Dude, hey man.
Yeah, right there, still there.
Still here.
I got mine. Yeah.
Oh, got the Axeman Boss water right there. Ooh, yeah. Got the Boss.
So
I got the Moss.
He bring the 2 big ones and 2 small ones, and we drink the small ones.
I still got a small one.
You no, I drink mine.
I
want to taste it. Yeah.
Hey man, that's like breaking.
Water is water.
Unless it's
Aquafina.
And Aquafina sucks.
I don't like it.
Honestly, Nestle water is
what?
The Nestle water?
Oh, it's the best.
I think the stuff we get Nestle is usually the best stuff.
Like,
I mean, this Pure Life is okay, but I think Nestle, which is probably like Coke or something. Go figure.
I want 2 grams of that.
All right, my favorite kind of question. What's your opinion on acoustic Elegance subwoofers compared to Morel Altimo SC12s? Which one would be more musical and big, deep bass in a sealed enclosure? I honestly don't know. I don't know. You know, you can download the charts for the Morel Altimo on their website. You can go over to morelhifi.com and you can get the. Dude, I've been literally looking at it all day today because I was using it.
You use it? You have it?
Yeah, I got it right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was using it all day because it's the perfect size to fit over the top of the DSP.
Mm-hmm.
So I was using this as like a spacer. So you know, I know these are hard to see because we have a light, but these you can download these on the website, so you can kind of take a look at what the curve would look like. They do a really nice job as far as Morel does of giving you information like this. So you can kind of see what the woofer does. I will say this, they don't need big boxes. Sealed wise, what are we looking at, 12? Anywhere between 0.7 to 1.7 cubic feet sealed. Okay. The chart for the 12 is on they give you a 1 cubic foot box. I gotta say, if you can go ported, I would go ported. The ported box looks like the ported box is like, I know you can't see this. Let me see how close I can get.
No.
Right there.
Tilt it.
Well, I'm trying to get it.
No, the other side.
Yeah, there we go. So like the black curve there is the ported box compared to the red box. Like, look at that jump, man. That's like that's a 6 dB boost between the ported and the sealed, which is expected. And even the ported box, we're only talking like 1.5 cubic feet as opposed to a cube. 3-inch port, 11 inches deep. You know, but anyways, a lot of that information. So one of the things about Morel is that you can get a ton of information from their website. Yep. They do a really good job, and we'll just switch over. Hey, look at that! If you'd like to know more about cool things like Morel, like crossover points, they give you all the crossover points for their speakers, and they even tell you what their factory crossover points are. So, like when you buy the passive crossover, they'll tell you what the passive crossover points are. Who the hell does that? Nobody. Yeah. Nobody. But you can do that with Morel. So check them out, morelhifi.com for best sound performance. Yes, that was a promo. DSR1 mid-bass speaker pop badly when making crossover settings, guys. Why? Like a blown speaker loud pop. That I have never got. My mid-bass speaker pops badly when making crossover settings. I gotta tell you, so when I set up a DSR1, usually the volume is all the way down. Sometimes it's not even connected to the amplifiers. So like things like crossovers and stuff like that, I typically set up before we even going because we know the time alignment, we know the crossover point. So I'll just sit there with my iPad and dial all that stuff in before I even get going. But I've never had, even after the fact, sometimes I'll go in and adjust, but I've never had a pop. I don't know what that. I don't know what that could be. I mean, that's just because the tweeter crossover is too high and it's just not coming through that. That's a weird one. That is definitely a weird one. I was going to say, if you had the RTA, electrical RTA, you could meter the output of the DSR1 and see the pop.
Because what frequency?
Well, and you could. Well, what I'm saying is you could see to make sure it is the DSR1 and not the actual amplifier. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm sorry, I don't have anything better than that, man.
All right, let's see.
You were doing so well with the whole checky marky thing.
I know.
Dean, will you ever test any of the JP amps? I'm never gonna say never to anything, but I mean, I'm probably not gonna go out and buy any if that's what we're hoping for. Welcome to Water Talk with Dean and Fernando. Hell yeah, bro, dude. After all your help and lots of hard work overcoming the Lexus Mark Levinson system using an audio-controlled D4.1300. But yes, that's awesome. Way to go, Scott. Yeah, that was a pain, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recommendations for 6.5 that offer a strong kick punch sound powered by 2 PPI 900.4 amps. That's a lot of power. You know,
strong mid bass.
Sometimes you don't have to spend a lot of money to get like cool things like mid bass. If mid bass is the primary objective here and you'd like to do it on a reasonable amount of money, you might want to check out Kenwood, because Kenwood makes their 7-inch. They make a regular Exelon and an Exelon XR set, and they're a 7-inch mid bass. They come with a spacer that'll take it to 6.5. So depending on the car, you know, if it needs a spacer, you may have to make a custom spacer. However, these things are the mid bass monsters. So if you want like a good full sounding mid bass, it's nothing better than going with a bigger driver. The 7-inch is the way to go. Otherwise, you know, check out in the Morel line. Morel has the new HEs. So those are the Maximo HE 6.5. So it's like a Maximo 602 HEs. Either way.
Yeah.
But yeah, check those out.
They finally updated the website.
Oh, did they update their website?
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh, I thought they had them up there, but these are the Morel HEs. Very, very strong, punchy mid bass.
Very nice.
But I'm still going. If I can get them, I'm still gonna go with the Kenwoods, just because why not?
Why not?
Yep. Moving on.
All right.
Hey guys, picked up a LC 1.1500 from Audio Control. It surprised me that the cooling fan is constantly on and it gets quite hot. Audio Control says it's normal, but I've never had this with any amplifier I had before. I don't remember the amplifier staying on all the time. I mean, at lower volumes, the amplifier shouldn't be on all the time. I mean, it's got a thermal on and off on it. I mean, like, okay, when you say all the time, I mean, like at low volumes, is it on? If it is on all the time at low volumes, like where it's barely not doing anything, that's not normal.
Right.
That's not normal at all. That's when you may need to take advantage of that awesome warranty that they have and have it checked out. Because like as soon as you power it up, the fan should not come on unless it's been sitting out in the sun and you tripped the thermal on it. But yeah. Unless something has changed that I'm not aware of. I don't remember just powering it up and having the fan come on, because that would drive me nuts.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean,
here you go.
2021 Gmcr with Bose 7 speakers. What do you recommend? DM6 1200 or DM810? The Sierra. Ooh. You know, you can actually do it with a D612, because here's what you have to retain in that. And if you want to see examples of what that truck looks like, that is the vehicle that we used to do all our IRTA testing on. So when we were filming the IRTA 2 videos, we were doing it in the GMC. Okay, that has no center. It's just a 6-channel. So you need the front 2 dash speakers on channels 1 and 2. The mid bass on 3 and 4, the mid range, the rear on 5 and 6. Then you can run the sub into high 1 and 2. Okay. And then you can direct high 1 and 2 to the DM6 1200's output to go off to the sub amp. So technically, yeah, that's all you'd really need is a D6 1200 to take care of that, if you're going to do front and rear sub. So. And
I'm guessing with the Amp Pro, right?
No, there is no Amp Pro. It's 2021 Sierra. It's the 7-channel Bose system. You know, the one where it just has a little amp. We mount it and we just high level into it. Shot a whole video using IRTA 2. I don't know, you weren't listening. It's okay. It's okay. But anyways, that's what I would do. Follow-up question: how to bypass the Bose on the 2021 GMC? So you really can't bypass it right now. You have to keep it in. You will also need the Audio Control AC LGD greens. So the things right above me, next to the Audio Frog, these guys right here, the little load resistor packs. You need the greens for every channel. So back to the original one where you're going to put the D6 1200 in it. You're going to need pack for the front. So you need basically 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. You'll need 4 packs of the AC LGD greens. That's the green one, not the blue or gray, green. If you're not getting the green ones, you got the wrong ones. But right now on that particular vehicle, there is no fix for it. Nav TV did have one, but they pulled it, and then they just haven't re-released it yet. They were talking about doing it. May have, may not. I don't know. That's it. Yeah. ACLGD 20 is what it's called. That's it right there. ACLGD 20. But that's what you get. Now, if you really want to go crazy, you can use a bunch of key locks like Joe did. Joe used a ton of key locks to get his to do what he wanted it to do.
That's right.
You know, he works for Kicker, so he's got an unlimited supply of key locks.
Yeah. All right.
What do you guys think about newer Lexus cars that have 30 speakers stock?
Luxury cars.
Is that overkill? Did I say luxury? I don't know.
You said Lexus.
Sorry, default. Is that overkill or not? It's a lot of small speakers. It's not overkill. All right. So what we're trying to do here is that the guy that owns that car or is buying that car more than likely has a home theater of some kind. And right now, the most popular home theaters are sound bars. And sound bars put off a decent amount of like surround sound if you add the rear speakers in a sub. That, you know, it's like, wow, this sounds pretty good. Keep in mind, most of those people actually haven't heard a real surround system to go, wow, this actually sounds like shit. So, yeah, in a car, they're trying to give you that same surround feel, but now we're dealing with 2-channel audio. So, like in this Porsche that's over here, it has two mid-range up high. It had 2 tweeters in the dash, had 2 more mid-range in the doors, another mid-bass in the bottom of the door, a 3-way set in the rear door, and then in the very rear, it had another set of speakers. And at the end of the day, you know, it has like a 200-channel amplifier. At the end of the day, it didn't sound good. You know, we got in there, and it was just like, it's a bunch of nothing. Friends of ours have worked on the new Macintosh system, and they have said it is full-on Grey Poo-Poo or Grey Poupon. I mean, it's not good.
It's like that.
But there again, the most people, like I had an argument with a person the other night. They were arguing with me about how great that the Tesla sounded, and I was like, it sounds okay. I mean, it does. It sounds okay, but for somebody that has real stereo, it sounds like dookie.
Right.
So that's the thing. The bar is not as high as it used to be, and they're just banking on that. Like you're gonna get in there, and if there's sound everywhere, everyone's happy. It's like, oh my gosh, there's sound coming from everywhere. It sounds so good. Isn't it? Like it's just all around me. Ooh, you know, they don't know any different. You know, I mean, I think putting speakers in the headrests are like the dumbest thing in the world. But there again, I don't also have 5 kids. You know, and I want to listen to music. Might be a good idea. Personally, I'm going for the full headphones so I can just tune them the hell out. But, you know, whatever works.
Saludos, Ricardo. En tu carro, Hybrid Corolla, tienes 2 amplificadores y quieres ponerlo. Definitivamente agregar una batería. No sé qué tan grandes sean tus amplificadores, si son muy eficientes o no, pero deberías de checar una batería extra si quieres hacer algo así.
Yeah, I go for a second. Oh, you good?
Yeah.
Done? Okay. Go to that one. I'm going to go over here.
All right. What type of subwoofer enclosure would you recommend for a 2008?
Oh, we're done. We're out. Oh, no, just kidding.
All right.
Try again.
All right. What type of subwoofer enclosure would you recommend for a 2008 RAV4 with the plastic underfloor storage?
I don't know if I've seen that.
Yeah, I think we.
Well, no.
did.
Okay, so the RAV4 that you're thinking of was the girl, and we put 2 of the kicker wedge boxes in the spare tire well. So I made a bracket to take them so they were shaped like the roof of a house. Actually, the inverted roof of a house. So they were sitting
like this,
like this, aimed towards each other in the spare tire well, with a T750.1 and a 404 that were buried up underneath there also. It all fit, looked really sexy.
Yeah.
And she had a ton of bass.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It maybe like, you don't think the L7T would fit?
It might have. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, sure. I mean, they're basically the same sizes. Or was it 2 L7Ts?
I think that was the 2 L7Ts.
It had to be 2 L7 with that amount of power we did.
Yeah.
Either way, the Kicker pre-made boxes fit right in there.
All right.
Okay. Are epicenters worth buying? Depends. What do you want it to do? What are you hoping for it to have? Is it something you feel you need just because you don't have one?
Can you elaborate?
What kind of music do you listen to? So the original intent for the epicenter is harmonic restoration. So when you're listening to music that doesn't have good bass response, so like banda music or most Latino music that sounds like German Oompa Loompa music. My favorite, rock and roll from the 80s and 90s that has no bass at all. It's just hot for teacher.
That sounds good.
Then an epicenter will give you bass. If you want like silly, crazy, like if you listen to bass music and you're just like, man, I want it to sound like 20 hertz, it's just launching. Well, then you want an epicenter. There's a switch now that you can turn off the subsonic filter and just have it go full ham. And, so if that's what you're looking for, if you're looking to make your bass sound big, fat, and full, then yeah, you want an epicenter. You have a truck box and you feel like it's not playing deep enough. You may want an epicenter. Be careful, though, because it's a good way to blow your speakers. If you notice above our heads right now, we have another banner. Oh, my gosh. This is for the Moscone Pro 430, which in a couple minutes we'll pull out and take a look at. But let's keep going with some questions.
All right.
You can find more about it, of course, at moscone-america.com. In case you were wondering, we were talking about it earlier. It's 170 watts by 4 of ACE. Okay, they call it A-AB.
Yep.
So we know it's at least AB.
Yep.
But it's big enough to be Class A, that's for sure. So I'm guessing it's just a very high biased amplifier, but 170 by 4 at 4 ohms.
It's big.
It's power. Okay,
Super
we'll come back to that.
All right. Right there.
After all of your help and my handiwork overcoming Lexus Mark 11 system with the audio control D5-1300 and the JL-C5 separates, then he traded it in. What advice can you offer for a Tesla Model 3? First off, smack the out of him, because really? I mean, honestly, I haven't done anything in the the Teslas. We just haven't had them come in. Funny enough, Moscone does offer a T-harness for a Tesla. So they do offer some Tesla stuff that we've been taking a look at. Haven't had a chance to really do anything with yet. So it's not even on the horizon. But they do offer a harness and a DSP for it. I know you already have the D5-1300, but it's going to come. Reality is it's going to be identical to the Lexus as far as the work that you're going to need to do and figuring out what the system is comprised of, and then move forward with it.
All right. What is the other one that I say?
I don't know.
This one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, it's
that's the next
start
one.
And it's blue. I mean, it's look at me.
Hey, I got.
What 12-channel DSP do you recommend? What are your options right now? If you're looking for your best bang for the buck, is that 12? That's 12, right? The PXE0850X, that's 12 channels, I believe, is going to be the best bang for the buck. DSP wise, it's also got 8 by 25 built into it.
Yep.
But yeah, that's going to be the one that is like, wow, really? It's because only like $650. And then you have
the Pico.
That's not 12 channels though.
It's a 12 channel DSP.
Yeah, but it's 8 channel, 12 channel. So it's an 8 channel. If you want straight 12 channel DSP though. So I mean, the Pico, the Moscone Pico, this guy here is an amplifier with a 12 channel DSP, like the new Forza stuff is stuff like that. And of course, Helix has the 12 channel DSP. I think Moscone does have a 12 channel DSP in the regular DSP line. But when you get into 12 channel DSPs, you're really getting up there into some pro next level stuff. So
yeah, aerospace, no.
Yeah, it'd be aerospace. Aerospace is the DSP line. You keep trucking away. Would you recommend Hyphonics amplifiers?
DSP, yeah, but it's the same.
That's 10. Yeah, it's 8 to 12. No, that's a DSP. Yeah, so that's a Moscone. Yeah, so Moscone makes it an 8 to 12. All right.
Yeah, it's 8 to 12. Same
8
thing.
to 12. Yep, 8 in, 12 out.
Yep.
So, I got to be honest with you. When it comes to recommending amplifiers,
have you ever put Hyphonic amplifiers before?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like back in the 90s when there were Hyphonics. Yeah. The new stuff, not so much. Here's my thought on all of these amplifiers, whether it be Hyphonics, Audio Pipe, Precision Power, JP, whoever it is. If you understand what it is you're buying, meaning it's like you have to understand there is nothing in this world that you get for free or at a discount and expect. So like this Moscone amp that's right here. Okay, there is nothing that compares to this at price point. There's not. You're not getting this amplifier for half that price. As long as you understand that when you're buying an amplifier or any product for that matter, go for it. It's when people buy stuff under false information that really kind of irritates me on a personal level. But no, I have no problem with anybody buying any type of amplifier they want if they understand what they're buying. And I've said this before, when it comes to car audio, the reality is I just want you to have car audio. I don't care whose name is on it. It doesn't matter. Eventually you'll either graduate to something better. That's kind of what we always do. We always want, buy something today because we're going to get something better tomorrow. Personally, I'm of the school. Let's just get something better tomorrow. But I just want you to have audio and have fun. This is supposed to be fun. Everyone's taking it sometimes a little too serious. And it's just music loud. I mean, let's just have some fun, get some stuff in our car. And then when we're bored with it, we go buy new stuff.
That's right.
It's not like it's the last amp you'll ever buy.
Australia's in the house.
Hi there.
Hi. All right.
Is setting the input dBs on audio control D5 1300 on a 21 Tacoma using the stock head unit. Oof. Okay. Do yourself a favor. Go buy a key lock. That's the key LOC. If you're trying to go into a 21 Tacoma with a stock head unit, non-JBL, non-amp pro, for the love of God, pick yourself up one of these bad boys right here and put that on the front channels feeding into the D5 1300, and then have the two front channels feed the whole amplifier. That factory radio sucks big time, and what's coming out of it, you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to make sound good with that amplifier. So yeah,
NAP TV is taking forever.
NAP TV.
NAP TV, yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah,
but there again, let's be fair. I gotta be nice. To everybody.
Before you go, see, right there.
Dude, you're the only one, Frank. You're the only one. I mean,
all right, continue with the show.
Anyways, what I was going to say is, to be fair to NAV TV, everyone is having a hard time getting chips, and them being as small as they are, they're having a really hard time getting chips. Why don't you grab that while we're talking about chips? Are you familiar with stereo integrity component systems? Not in the sense like I could preach about them. I've heard them. I don't know enough about them to say good, bad, or indifferent, other than everything I've heard about them has been really good, and the pair I heard was pretty awesome. So here it is, guys. This is Fernando's baby right here. This is the next amplifier to go into Car Stereo Lab. This is the Moscone Pro 4/300, and I'm sorry, 30. It's
Pro 430. It's in top of the big line right there that you make.
I'm just watching you moving around. One of the really cool things. Okay, there's many cool things about this, but what I like is I can just pull this little magnetic strip off here to get to all my connections.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
It is pretty cool.
Because I'm not a cover guy, but there's also, this has got a protective film on it right now, so it'll actually match once you get it on there.
You know what I like about this is the red
Oh, the red fans. Oh,
It's so cool.
I know it's the dumbest stuff that just like
make you happy.
Yes, it makes me happy.
Correct.
Yes, and all the pro amplifiers always are sexy and make me happy. Like if you've never, I mean, listen, it's called pro for a reason.
Yeah.
And not the loudspeaker pro. This is the whole other. This is like F1 race car pro type stuff. But if you've never dug down the Moscone rabbit hole of products, I strongly recommend you do that because there are several amplifiers. Like they do make a small footprint AB class 8-channel DSP amplifier that nobody makes. Nobody makes it other than them, and no one ever talks about it, including us, just because it's like we always forget. But it's just something else. And also the Gladen speakers. I can't wait to get a set of Gladen speakers to put in your car because like one of the things I noticed about the Gladen when we saw them at Knowledge Fest was it's like from the front, it just looks like it's a giant tweeter, but on the backside, it's super tiny.
Super tiny.
I was like,
the aerospace.
I was like, oh man, this is awesome. I can't wait. They're going to fit. I don't have to build nothing.
Pretty much.
So what do you think about kicker speakers and key amp with DSP thing? There again, when we're talking about Car Stereo Lab, the first Car Stereo Lab we did with Haley's car was the kicker key on a set of KS components up front and coaxials in the rear. Then when that was with the 180.4, and then when the 200.4 came out, we redid the system where we went with the new KX components in the front, powered off of the 200.4, and we put the rear speakers back on the radio so that we could do an active front stage. So I have no problem with that. Also, speaking of active front stage, this amplifier is made to go active. Yes. It has a 10-time multiplier switch for the tweeters, and then a bandpass channel for the mid-range. So you could use this as 170x4 to power up the most coolest set of component speakers ever. Very cool. I know, right? All right. So, yeah, he's trust me, he held it the whole way home. I know, man. Yeah. It's okay. Right, it's okay. Tet flex size for 8, 4, and 0 wires. Off the top of my head, I don't know. However, we did do an excellent video on this, so I would check, just type in, 5-star Tech Flex video. But we went over everything. We talked about the ferrules, the Tech Flex, the whole 9 yards, what fits, what doesn't fit, and we showed you it going over all the different wires. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but like I said, we do have a great video walking you through the whole process. Yeah. Yep. 2016 F-150. I want to bi-amp the front D5 1300. Should I use all to power the front and stock power to rear, or get an ACM amplifier? Yeah. Okay. The reality is you can do whatever you want. However, what we typically do in this situation is we would use the D5 1300 to power the front active and then the sub, and don't usually care about the rears. You're going to fade it to the front a little bit, which will offset the volume differential so that you'll be able to turn it up without the rears distorting. And there you go. Now, the nice thing is if you do the front stage upgrade, and let's say 3 or 4 months after living with it, you're like, I need rear fill, then fine. Add in the ACM 2300 2300. Yep. And you're golden because that D5 1300 has the output to do that. Yep. So I personally am not worried about it. I would spend, if I've got an extra $200 to spend, I'm getting a better set of front speakers. Correct. Or a better subwoofer. For sure. Or a prettier box.
All right. Hi, guys. Using an audio control D6-1200 high-level input after the non-Mark Levinson system OEM amplifier on the Lexus IS200T. Will I need the resistors? If you so, what color?
So on the Mark Levinson, it's a Toyota. Yeah. It's what year? I don't know the year. It's either, if it's an older vehicle, like let's say 5 years old, blue should be enough. If it's a newer vehicle, you're going to want green. Right. So Fernando has them both there. So just the regular AC-LGD. If it's a little bit older, if it's newer, you're going to want the LGD 20s. LGD 20s. There you go. From what I understand, the chips needed for the Fords are built on the 70 nanometer press and primarily come from Japan and Texas. And the Texas plant was shut down for weeks after the power loss. And the Japanese plant burned to the ground.
Man,
so, yeah, I mean, you got to remember, there was that. This is one of those things where it's like House of Cards, man. The world is holding on by a shoestring, guys. If you really want to focus on it, you'll get really depressed. But, you know, when we had the big fire in Japan and then we had the big freeze in Texas, a lot of things got screwed up. So, and what has happened is because of these things, there's other industries that have been taking advantage of the situation. So whether it be shipping or trucking or whatever, there's a lot of like, let's see how far we can push to make our money. And they're pushing really, really hard. So
yeah,
kind of sucks. How long before a computer whiz figures out how to play Doom on one of these new floating screen units? I mean, most of them are built off of Android. So, if you could hack the Android operating system, it's just because it's just a kernel of Android with their skin over the top of it. So I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard for somebody that knows how to do that type of thing. I installed an Infinity DSP 4425, nice amp, paired with Infinity Kappas, and a Cerwin Vega 12-inch ported spare tire subwoofer box. Any recommendations for EQ adjustment? Well, I mean, you're in luck. If you do head over to the YouTube channel, which you're on right now, we have the whole tutorial on how to adjust up that Infinity DSP amplifier. We walk you through the whole process. It's all there. I mean, it's like a half-hour tutorial on how to use that DSP. So if you haven't watched that, I would recommend watching it. If you have watched it, basically do what we said, and then you'll be rocking and rolling.
When can we expect Pioneer to refresh their flooring screens lineup, considering Alpine and Kenwood seems to have newer units? Thank you.
So Pioneer got hit the hardest with the chip shortage because they were totally reliant on one manufacturer. And if you recall, so Pioneer was a Japanese company. Pioneer got sold to a Chinese company. So they moved from Japan to China. And then right after that, the AKM fire happened. And Pioneer was wholly reliant on their chips. So they went a whole year without selling radios, a whole calendar year without shipping radios. Do you know how hard that is for one of these companies? Not only that, they became a new company at the same time. So with that in mind, there was a whole year of product that was half built. So Pioneer has some surplus that they need to burn through before they'll come out with a new one. Pioneer typically has like a 3 to 4 year life cycle on their look and feel, mainly just because it's so expensive to redo that type of thing. Kenwood is the same way. Like Kenwood came out with a new screen, and that was their first floating screen. And this year we have the same screen, and we're probably thinking to have the same screen again next year. So typically it's a 3-year cycle. When you look at like Alpine with the Halo 9, that was like a 5-year cycle. So I wouldn't think anytime soon you're going to see that. Hey, if you look at the top of the screen right there, you see where it says audio control. A lot of you guys are asking about audio control, and we thank you so much for doing that, because that means what we're doing is working, and you guys are buying the audio control stuff and finding out how good it is and how easy it is to use. Thank you. That's really about what it comes down to. You guys use it, and that's great. Right now, they're advertising on our page because of it. You can find them at audiocontrol.com. Fernando has the page pulled up. Not everything is about amplifiers and speakers and whatnot. Sometimes it's just the simple things in life. The ACRU right there is the best universal remote level controller. That is right. That is the best. Hands down, best big brand volume knob you're going to find. It works out of a Cat 5, so you can make it as long or short as you want. If you got a Cat 5 connector, maker gunny thingy, you can You want it 6 inches? It can be 6 inches. And it is a true volume knob. So it has a power band that goes from min to max in a perfect linear fashion. So check that out. Of course, you can find all the cool things at audiocontrol.com.
Yes.
Thank you for being a proud sponsor of the show. Okay.
Oh,
I mean, hey, sometimes just saying thank you is enough as far as I'm concerned. Nano needs to trim his beard. I agree.
Wow.
Nano needs to trim his beard.
Wow.
Happy Father's Day. Trim your beard.
You guys are haters.
No, they're not. What kind of power is the Moscone 4-? Is 170 watts by 4 at 4 ohms.
Yes, it is.
And if you're crazy enough to do something like 2 ohm, because I know some of you are,
Right.
it is
225.
Jesus, 225 watts. Or you can bridge it to 450 by 2. Keep in mind, this is an AB amplifier.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that right, AB amplifier. So it's a high biased amplifier.
Yeah.
But 170 by 4 at 4 ohms is like...
It's big.
If you can't tell, it is Fernando life size.
Right there. I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sexy. Is the Morel 3-way crossover the only way to do the 3-piece set up front in the Mustang? Not a ton of options, it seems. Crossovers, anyway. I mean, you could go full active. I mean, you don't necessarily need to use the Morel crossover. You could go with a full active system. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, if you're going to go front, left, right, 2-channel amplifier, you're going to need to use their passive crossovers. It's just kind of how the cookie crumbles. Morel makes several different 3-way component sets. If you like something better than the Maximo or the Altimo, yeah. Anyways, you could go with the Carbon. Jesus.
Carbon Nano.
Virtus Carbon Nanos.
Yeah.
The Virtus Carbon Nanos will also work in the Mustang. The MM2 mid-range will fit, but they do also come with a small passive crossover. And then of course you can go with the Focal Flax.
Thank you, Jester, for the 5.
Thanks, man.
Fernando, how much would it cost to get you to spot a Wolverine?
Oh, the Wolverine chops. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Go for it, bro.
Yeah, why not? Thank you, Scott. Why is Fernando's?
Because he really likes this amplifier.
I like it. It's a lot of power.
Wouldn't you? I mean, come on. He gets excited about this stuff.
Perfect. There you go. See, I'm a superhero. Small superhero, but I'm a superhero. All right. Have you guys ever tried Blam Audio? What do you think?
We are a Blam Audio dealer. We just became a dealer like 2 or 3 months ago. It's probably longer than that. Just everything seems like 2 or 3 months ago. When you become a new dealer for something, it's usually a slow rollout just because we have so much new product. However, we did do a set this week in a Kia Soul, and they sounded fabulous. We did them off of an Alpine radio with a Kenwood 5-channel amplifier that was hidden up underneath the seat, as we often do. 2 ohm, sounded great. We had done them before, and we liked them, so we looked into seeing what we could do to bring them in and, So the guy that is Blam is Guy, is his name. He's French, and he used to work for Focal. So they're very Focal-y speakers would be the easiest way to think about it.
Very good.
When tuning a DSP, what house curve do you guys typically use?
5-star.
We use Dean's house curve.
Yeah.
I really don't do a house curve per se. The speakers have their natural sound, okay? Meaning a speaker has its natural, this is what it wants to sound like, all right? And I like to let the speakers do that because, I don't really feel I should hammer a house curve like a Focal. Focal is going to have a tweeter that is going to sound a very specific way. And I'm not going to try to get my Morel tweeter to sound like that. That doesn't make any sense. I want that tweeter to sound the way it's supposed to sound. So when I'm tuning, I'm looking at what that natural sound coming out of it is. and I'm letting it do that because that's why you bought Focals and not Morel. So if I tune everything the same, the hell's the point? So, I like to tune to let them be themselves, and that's what you're going for.
I like finding the truth right here, right there.
My house has corners, no curves. I tell you what, some of these cars, it just goes up like this, goes down. Boom.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I know if that didn't make any sense, I apologize. But I try to, if you're buying a bright tweeter, yes, if you want to tone it down, go for it. But more than likely, people are buying bright tweeters because they wanted a bright tweeter. So if I'm making it a non-bright tweeter or a very dull tweeter, then it might not be the look they're going for. So
options for non-steering wheel control touchscreen. Pioneer volume knob.
I got nothing on that one. They don't really do that anymore. However, Alpine does. Alpine has that with their new floating screens as well. You can add the halo knob to control all their screens. So Alpine has it. Pioneer, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. Sorry, what does full active mean? What do I need to do that? All right, so full active means, let's use this example right here since we have the Moscone. It's a 4-channel amplifier. Hold it up a little bit so we can see what's going on. Let's say you buy a set of components. In this case, you're going to buy a 3-way set, but this is a 4-channel, so we'll just do a 2-way set, just meaning you have a tweeter, you have a mid-range. Active means I take that passive crossover that came with the speaker and I don't use it, I set it aside. And then the amplifier, this particular one, is capable of creating a crossover high enough to cross my tweeter over. So most amplifiers don't do that. That's why we say this has a 10-time multiplier switch, meaning it is capable of creating 3200, 5000, 2200, whereas most amplifiers only will go up to, let's say, 250. So we need to go substantially higher than that. So a 10-time multiplier switch will do that. And then we have what's called a bandpass channel, meaning a top and a bottom for the mid-range, because the mid-range, that passive crossover is only letting the mid-range play up to where it meets the tweeter, and then the tweeter takes over. So in essence, an active system is the same as a passive in thought, but it's all done electronically, meaning we're doing it with electronic crossovers and not using the caps and coils that come in the box. And that's that. That's all we got. That's one more. Okay. Baba coming in.
Two more.
All right. What would you use for front stage with Morel's form, then weight comparable to Blam? I gotta be honest with you, I don't have a comparable option for the Blam stuff. I haven't done enough research on it to know what sounds like or is compatible with the Morel stuff. So I don't have a good answer for that. I apologize. At some point I will, but right now I don't. NEX 7600 Pioneer into 6-channel AC line driver. What volume knob would that work? I believe it's an ACR2. I believe the ACR2 is what goes into the
ACR2?
Goes into the matrix.
Hmm.
Yeah. See, I think click on that. And
it's not like ACR1.
No, I mean
No.
All right, hold on.
Is the ACR1?
ACR1. Sorry.
Yeah.
ACR1. So you want the one more time? You want the ACR1?
ACR1.
That'll plug into the matrix and give you all the matrixing stuff that you're looking for.
And thank you for the super chat, guys.
All right, guys, that's the show. It's the weekend. It's Saturday night. We made it through another week. Yay! That's more than what I could say happened to a friend of mine. So
that's right.
We're here. We're fun. You guys get ready for the weekend. It's already here. Some of you guys are already celebrating, and thank you for spending your nights with us. As Haley said, I didn't say the other night, hey, Uber, Lyft, they're cheap. Get rides home. Don't do anything stupid. Because who wears a mask anymore? Nobody.
No.
So just go out, go crazy, run around with your underwear across your face. Do whatever you want. It's the weekend. We'll be back here Monday, of course, at 6:30 over on the Facebooks, talking about all that neat stuff, answering more questions, having a good time. I wish I could say we have something to get excited about, but we're just working on
Happy
the
Father's Day
Porsche.
to you guys.
Yes, that's right. It's Father's Day tomorrow. So go forth and, go see your dads. If you're a dad, make sure you hug your kids extra tight and tell them how much you love them. And when they hand you a pack of underwear for Father's Day, go, thank you. And take your dirty underwear and hide it in their room, preferably under their pillow.
That's disgusting.
That's why you do it, because we're dads and dads have a lot of fun. Hey, listen, guys, you have a great weekend. Happy Father's Day and all that fun stuff. We'll see you back here Monday. Fade to black.